The American flag on the casket caught people's attention. Some slowed down. Most didn't. To them, it was just a delay at the airport. Something unusual, but not important. But for Sergeant Samuel Harper, it meant everything. He stood, tall in his crisp uniform, white gloves, polished shoes, and the badge of the Tomb Guard shining on his chest. He didn't move. He didn't speak. But his heart was heavy. Inside the casket was Private First Class Daniel Walsh, his best friend, his brother in arms, the man who once saved his life. No one in the airport knew the story, not the airport manager, not the people passing by, not even the staff. But Sergeant Harper had made a promise made in war, under the stars in the desert, when they were both still full of hope. If I don't make it, Danny had said, bring me home, the right way, through the main terminal, with full honors. Now Danny was gone, and Sam was here to keep that promise. A few gates away, an older woman named Maggie Walsh stood with her 10-year-old granddaughter, Emma. Maggie had served as a military nurse in Vietnam. She had sent her husband to war, then her son, and now she was waiting to bring her son home. Emma looked up at the plane on the runway. "Grandma, is that Danny's plane?" she asked softly. Maggie nodded. Her heart ached too much to speak. In a glass office upstairs, the airport operations manager, James Thornton, was watching everything on a screen. His main concern was timing. He wanted flights to leave on schedule. Every minute mattered to him. When he heard that a military escort was passing through the main terminal, he got angry. "This is a disruption," he muttered. "Why didn't anyone tell me earlier? Get them through the service corridors. That's why they exist." His assistant, Sarah, replied, "Sir, the director approved the main route." But Thornton didn't care. This airport runs on time, not emotion. Meanwhile, Sergeant Harper stood near the terminal doors. He remembered the moment the commander handed him the folded paper. Danny had been killed in a classified mission overseas. Sam had picked up the photo he always carried, him and Danny, arms around each other, smiling under the desert sky. They had met in basic training. Danny was full of life, always laughing. Sam was serious, always planning. They were complete opposites, but they became brothers. In Afghanistan, they fought side by side. Danny's humor kept the tension away. Sam's calm mind kept them safe. One night, an ambush hit them fast. Sam left. Danny shouted and tackled him to the ground. That move saved Sam's life. Later, when Sam tried to thank him, Danny just smiled. That's what brothers do. But something changed. Danny became quieter. He spoke more about home, about Maggie, who sent care packages, about little Emma, who mailed drawings to Uncle Danny the hero. The night before Danny's last mission, they sat under the stars. "If anything happens," Danny said, "bring me home through the main terminal, not some hidden hallway. Do it right." Sam promised, "I will, no matter what." Now, the transport plane arrived. The ramp dropped. The honor guard stepped out. Then came the casket, the American flag draped perfectly over it. Everyone on the tarmac removed their caps. Some bowed their heads. Sam took his place beside the casket. In the busy terminal, Thornton was still pushing his plan. "Take the service corridors," he told his staff. "It's faster, cleaner, less disruptive." Sarah said again, "The director approved the main route, sir." Thornton snapped, "We don't stop for parades." But the procession had already begun. Slow, steady steps through the airport. People began to notice. They paused. Teenagers whispered. Travelers stood still. An old man took off his hat. Sergeant Harper walked with calm dignity. In his pocket was that photo, him and Danny, still smiling. Thornton walked toward them. "Sergeant," he said, "I prepared a faster path, through the service elevator. No delays." Sam didn't blink. "This is Private First Class Daniel Walsh," he said. "He will go through the main terminal, as planned." Thornton grew frustrated. "This isn't efficient. It delays thousands of passengers." Sam looked straight at him. "The delay is temporary, the dishonor of sneaking a fallen soldier. Through the back is forever." Thornton signaled to Sarah, "Redirect them now." But Sarah hesitated. Her eyes were on the flag, the casket, the silent crowd. Her voice was calm. "Sir, I don't see a reason to change the route. The director approved it." Just then, an old Marine stepped forward from the crowd. "I served in Vietnam," he said. Lost brothers who never came home. This man deserves to walk with honor. The crowd grew quiet. A mother whispered to her child. A businessman put away his phone. A flight attendant stopped in her tracks. Then Maggie stepped forward, holding Emma's hand. "That's my Danny," she said, her voice steady. "He loved baseball, wanted to fly planes. He died saving his team. He deserves this." So the terminal slowed to a stop. One soldier, one promise, and one walk, slow and steady, through the heart of a nation. This wasn't about delays. This wasn't about schedules. It was about honor, about duty, about keeping a promise to a fallen brother. And that day, in the middle of a crowded airport, Sergeant Harper kept that promise.